Hi, I'm Louis and welcome to my video on how you can become as healthy as possible. This video will be split into two parts. In the first part, I'm going to detail what I did over the past year in my journey to become as healthy as possible. And then in the second part, I will list my final conclusions and what the main things I learned from my journey were. Now, what is being healthy? It's a very vague and broad topic. So I decided to define being healthy into 5 separate factors: cardiovascular efficiency, muscular strength, muscular endurance, flexibility, and body composition. However, for this video, I decided to focus on the 3 ones that the majority of people prefer to focus on when being healthy: cardiovascular efficiency, muscular strength, and muscular endurance. Welcome to section 1, cardiovascular efficiency. Now, what is cardiovascular efficiency? Cardiovascular efficiency is the body's ability to strain its cardiovascular and respiratory systems. The functions of these systems include perfusion, vasodilation, and the ability to send oxygen to the body's tissues. For the first part of my cardiovascular efficiency health section, I decided to take part in a small local 5K called Parkrun down at Storey's Field. And it is there that I met my old family friend who's a frequent ultramarathon runner who offered me a place in the Cambridge Half Marathon. I was up for the challenge, and so I decided that this was going to be my goal for the cardiovascular efficiency health section. As I started my half marathon journey, I learnt from my running group and my EPQ research there were 3 main ways in which I was supposed to train my cardiovascular efficiency. These were high intensity continuous exercise, which I did every week at my 5K parkrun, and then high intensity interval exercise, which I learned from my running group was called fartlek, where you run really fast and then slow in a cycle, and then low intensity long runs, which I did every Sunday with my running group, where we scaled up the distance until a couple weeks out from our half marathon, we even ran 18K. As I ran more, I became interested in not just how to run, but also why. Why is it that as you run, you're able to run for longer and for faster? So, what I found can be categorized into 4 sections. Mental durability and form, where as you run, you'll become more adept and experienced at overcoming those mental boundaries that may have restricted you in the past. And furthermore, as you run, your body gets more efficient at running as you're used to better running technique. Number 2, more efficient oxygen delivery, which is as you run, you develop more capillaries in your muscles, meaning that oxygen is able to get to your muscles faster and quicker. And also, this means that your body is able to do aerobic respiration for longer, meaning in the same amount of time, your body builds up less lactic acid, meaning that you're able to run for faster and longer. Number 3, increased body coordination. In your body, there are slow twitch muscles and fast twitch muscles, with slow twitch muscles mainly being used for longer, slower runs, and fast twitch muscles mainly being used for faster, shorter runs. And as you run, your body gets more adept at choosing the correct type of muscle for the run that you're going to be doing. And finally, increased energy production, which is as you run, your body's muscles gain more and more mitochondria, and those mitochondria also grow larger, meaning that they are able to synthesize more ATP, which is energy. And as your muscles are able to receive more energy, they're able to run for longer and faster within a certain time period. It was finally time, the half marathon. As I got closer and closer to it, I learned 2 more key lessons: tapering and fueling. Now, what is tapering? Usually, you'd expect that as you get closer to the half marathon, you only run more and more distance until finally on the day you run 21.1k. However, instead it's the actual opposite, where as you get closer and closer to the day, you run less and less distance, therefore allowing your body to recover and be in its peak condition for the actual half marathon. Number 2, fueling. Now, for a distance such as a half marathon, which is very long, you're not able to fuel just before and after, but you also need to fuel during, which I did through using gels, but you can use anything that's easy to digest, such as bananas, or even someone else in my running group used wine gums. I'd finally done it, the half marathon. I ended up getting 5 minutes below my predicted time, and I ended up getting 1 hour 36. I was so happy, and overall it was an amazing experience. Oh, hello again. Welcome to section 2 of my project, muscular strength and endurance. Now, what are they, and what is the actual difference between them? Muscular strength is your ability to exert force against a load or object within a very short period of time, and muscular endurance is characterized by your ability to exert force against a load or object consistently and repetitively over a much longer period of time. In order to increase your muscular strength, I've found that you want to be doing hypertrophy exercises, which is exercises with a greater amount of weight, a lower amount of reps, for 2 to 3 sets with a greater amount of rest time between each set. Now, for the actual exercises that I was going to be doing, I found that compound exercises were the best exercises for a beginner like me, which work out multiple muscles as it allows growth in multiple areas. And I found out that there were 4 main ones that experts recommend that you should use. Number 1, I shall be demonstrating this with a dumbbell instead of a barbell that you're more likely to use in the gym. Number 1, the deadlift. The deadlift is an exercise that works out the back and lower body and is very useful for not only increasing the strength of those muscles, but also helping with your stability. Number 2, the squat. This can be done with or without a weight, and it's an amazing exercise because it increases the strength in almost the entirety of your legs. Number 3, the bench press, which is usually done lying down and then you push upwards. This is an amazing exercise for the upper body, and though it mainly focuses on the chest. And finally, the overhead bench press, where you press here and then you get a good workout in your core and shoulders. And although this is less well known, it's still considered by experts to be one of the best exercises for the upper body. For the goal of my muscular strength section, I decided that I was going to be utilizing the 1 rep max, as I felt that this would best represent my ability to exert force in a very short amount of time. The exercises that I chose to do the 1 rep max in are the back pull down and the bench press. Muscular endurance. Muscular endurance, I mainly found that the exercises that were best for it was almost the opposite of muscular strength. These were exercises that I would utilize a lower weight for, however I would do a much higher set amount and a much higher rep count, however I'd be resting a lot shorter in between each set. For muscular endurance, I found that there were 4 more exercises, with there being some minor overlap with muscular strength of the exercises that would help increase my muscular endurance the most. Number 1, the plank. The plank is a fantastic exercise that has a large slew of benefits and amazing things, as not only does it increase your core strength, but also it helps improve your stability and can help even lower your blood pressure. Next, the pull-ups. The pull-ups are a fantastic exercise that also work out your back and are an amazing compound exercise, as it can help work out your arms and other parts of your upper body. Furthermore, it has been found to help increase your posture as well. Number 3, as mentioned previously, the squat. When done for many reps, the squat can greatly increase muscular endurance. As done over a long period of time, it can completely destroy most of the muscles in your legs, helping you build a much greater muscular endurance. And last, but definitely not least, the push-ups. The push-ups are one of the most effective methods of exercising and can greatly increase your muscular endurance, with them mainly working out your chest. However, different forms of the push-ups can be used to target different areas of the body, therefore allowing it a great variety of methods to improve your muscular endurance. For the aim of my muscular endurance, I chose to use the maximum rep test, which is the maximum amount of reps you can do without stopping or failing the rep. Now, the 2 exercises I chose to do the maximum rep test with were the push-up and the pull-up, as I felt these would best represent how my body improved its muscular endurance. Now, for the results of my muscular strength and endurance. For muscular strength, I managed to gain 15 kilograms on the bench press, with a little bit more even on the back press. And then on muscular endurance, I was able to do many more press-ups than I was able to do before. And for pull-ups, I was able to do a total of 5, when I was able to barely do 1 on the first day, showing an increase of 5 times the amount of pull-ups I could do. Being injured is a key part of muscular strength and muscular endurance, as nearly every exercise there's a risk of being injured, and it's a very common thing to happen. Now, when you're injured, experts have found that there's a very easy method to help relieve the injury and to help it heal. This is called the RICE method. R, rest. Number 1, remove yourself from the situation in which you were injured and make sure that you do not do that exercise again, or you only do a very light version of the exercise again, as that way you're not at risk of making the injury more severe and damaging yourself more. Number 2, I, ice. This is applying ice to the area on which you've been injured, as this helps lower the blood flow, therefore helping reduce swelling, and furthermore, it can help numb the pain, which can be very useful. Number 3, C, compression. For compression, often you may want to wrap an elastic bandage around your wound, and then this will help reduce the swelling as it helps push down the blood flow, and also this can help reduce pain. Number 4, E, elevation. Elevation is key, as when elevating it, this also reduces the blood flow, reducing swelling and reducing pain. However, for compression, if you've got an injury, say on your arm, make sure to elevate the injury above your heart, as that helps reduce the blood flow the most. My experience over the past year being healthy and trying to become more healthy has been amazing. And over this past year, I have distilled 3 main general takeaways about being healthy and living healthy. Number 1, balance. Life is all about balance. This means that although there are 5 factors and I chose to only focus on 3 during this video, you should not focus on any factor much more than the others, and you should always keep all 5 factors under consideration. Furthermore, balance is sometimes not about just charging forwards and not caring about injuries or stuff like this, but instead taking a step back and thinking, okay, what's going on and what's the next best step? And sometimes if you're injured, that next best step might not be pushing through the injury, as this could cause it to get worse, but simply stopping, taking a second and thinking, okay, I'm going to stop sport for a little bit just so the injury heals, so I can do much more sport in the future. Balance is a key part of sport and being healthy overall. Takeaway number 2, holism. This is the art of looking at life through a holistic lens, where you don't just think of being healthy as going to the gym or running, but also the stuff that you do outside of it, such as nutrition or sleep, with nutrition being core as in you should have carbohydrates before you go to the gym to provide you with energy, and then protein after to help you build muscle. Sleep also being core, with good enough sleep allowing you to build that muscle back stronger and better. Holism is about taking everything into account and not just thinking you're healthy just because you run or go to the gym, but about your entire lifestyle. And now last but definitely not least, my 3rd takeaway is people. Sometimes going out for a run with other people can be such an amazing experience, as not only does it provide you motivation to become healthy, but it also makes the act of being healthy more fun when you have people to share it with. Going to the gym with people and running can also be amazing, as they can teach you, you can teach them, you can compete with them, and you can learn so much more than you would have if you were just alone. It can make your progress in becoming healthy exponential, and it makes it so much more fun overall. People is one thing you definitely cannot neglect in your journey to becoming healthy. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you've enjoyed it and I hope you've learnt. Good luck.